hate me, don't you?
Kons podcast.
You hate me, don't you?
Hit that like button, subscribe and share.
What's up? What's happening? What's going on? It's Kons motherfucking podcast. You already know what it is. Thank you for joining in. If you ain't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You know what I mean? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. You know what I'm saying? If you will subscribe and you returning visitor, you already know what it is. So this is episode 175. So 175 today, we're just gonna run over some conspiracy and mysterious TikToks, you know what I'm saying? Mysterious and conspiracy related TikToks, you feel? That's what we're gonna do in today's episode. You know what I mean? How y'all doing? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? It's Friday, 12:41 right now. You know what I mean? What's going on? Hope everybody good. This is season everybody gets sick and shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get sick, catching colds and shit like that. Weather changing and all that. It's kind of motherfucking podcast though. What's up? Welcome in. You know what I'm saying? Gonna be looking at some TikToks today, going over some TikToks and shit like that. Bunch of mysterious TikToks and shit to make you think. All kind of shit. You know what I mean? We're gonna see a bunch of little different shit. Hopefully some shit that'll plant a seed in your cerebral. You know what I mean? At least this is shit that I found interesting. You know what I'm saying? So let's jump right into it. You know what I mean? So this first one is she's talking about certain food and shit like that. Talking about food and how certain shit is bad for you and how the fuck are they running out? You know what I'm saying? How are they able to supply all these food chains with all this meat and all this type of shit? You know what I'm saying? She's saying it don't make sense. You know what I mean? The meat is probably fake, shit like that. But check it out. This is the first one. Check the shit out.
We are eating ourselves.
Wow.
Let me say that again.
Wow.
We are eating human. We are eating ourselves.
What the fuck?
And this is why I say what I say. The more I eat it, the way that I feel, what my spirit is telling me. And like I said before, there is no plants in any building. There's no amount of plants in any building across the world that can produce as much as meat as we eat. But guess what? They are producing every day.
Oh shit.
Have you ever thought about that?
Oh shit.
There's nothing growing that fast to be able to feed Wendy's, McDonald's, Popeyes, JJ's, Sharks, this fine dining restaurant, that fine dining restaurant. You tell me what's growing that fast and what's moving that fast besides people dying.
Oh man.
So I thought that shit was interesting. You know what I mean? How are they supplying all the meat? You know what I'm saying? For all these different food chains, restaurants, and everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But they say there's more chickens on earth than is humans. You feel me? But some of that meat that you eating is definitely fake and processed and science projects for sure. You can definitely believe that. We all remember the old projects back in the day. McDonald's food don't mold. You know what I'm saying? We all seen that shit. French fries be in your car. You know what I mean? Drop the French fry in your car. That shit be in your whip 20 years. You know what I'm saying? You take that same French fry, put it in the microwave. It's gonna be good as new. You know what I'm saying? So this next one, dude live in an apartment. And he ain't never really seen nobody else in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Apparently this shit is vacant. You know what I mean? But they told him that the shit is like full of motherfucking people and shit like that. You know what I mean? So there was this Chinese menu that was placed on people's doors. And it 2, 3, 4, 5 days go by and these doors have never been opened. Checked in the garage, just dust on cars and shit like that. So this dude think he the only motherfucker in this building type shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought this shit was weird as fuck. Check it out.
Have you heard of that? Menugate? This man, his name is Cody, lives in Atlanta. He walked out of his apartment one day and noticed every single door in his hallway had a Chinese menu in the doorway. 3 days later, still there in every doorway.
All of them.
And he's like, what in the world? It's like 3 days, everyone in my hall has not opened their door. And then it was like 5 days, still there. And he's like, this is weird. So he went down to the parking garage and looked at the cars. And the majority of the cars in the parking garage were covered in dust. And he's like, that's weird. And then he's like, okay, this is like freaking me out a little bit. Went through his whole apartment building, couldn't find a fire alarm. Finally, like went down like one weird hallway or whatever, found one, pulls it. And supposedly there's supposed to be 800 people living in this apartment building. No one came out. he went out into his local little nook where his apartment was, and every like coffee shop and place that he went to, there was always one man in there wearing a suit talking on the phone. He said these men were all saying the same thing into the phone, and he's just like, am I living in a simulation? What is this?
I'm thinking something sketchy's been going on in my apartment complex for some while now, because they say the building's full, but I never see anyone here. And now let's talk about Chinese menus. I watched the guy put these up. He did it on Friday. It's now Sunday. Are you really telling me people live here, but no one on my floor has come in or out of their building in 3 days? Like, what is going on here? Like seriously, I'm being lied to. There's something's going on here. We're now on day 5 of this anybody live in my building. Menu, still there. Still there. And there. And you guessed it. Okay, so this one's gone, so that's an update. And this one's gone too. Still there.
Are they staging people having fake fun in their apartments?
I don't know you, and you probably don't know me, but yes, this is a thing that actually happens. I would know. I've been living in an abandoned apartment complex for the better part of the last 4 years. That's right, they say the property is fully 100% booked to capacity, but I am in fact the only person that resides there. Hey, it's me, that guy that lives in the abandoned apartment complex in Atlanta. I swear to God, I feel like I'm living in the Matrix. I walk by this guy in a suit and tie sitting at a table in front of Chipotle having a conversation. And then I walk by another guy sitting at a table in a suit and tie at McAllister's Deli, and he's having the exact same conversation. And then I look around, like this guy over here is having the same conversation, the same as that guy, the same as that guy, and that guy. And when I say they're everywhere, I mean they're like everywhere. Every single business in this shopping center has a young man in a suit and tie sitting there on a phone call, having the exact same phone call, giving the exact same presentation to someone at the exact same time. Wait. Is that another person? Come back. I have questions. It's now day 6 of Menu Gate, and I'm here checking the parking garage. I live on the first floor, so the only people that are supposed to park here are people that live on my floor. And like, there's more cars here than there are apartments. On closer inspection, some of these cars don't look like they've moved for a while. Okay, we're gonna check the other floors. It's again plenty of cars, but also that's been there for a minute. This one too. Like, we're on the 5th floor now. It's getting a little bit empty. I mean, it is 12 o'clock on a Wednesday, but I mean, for the amount of people that are supposed to live here, there should be more cars. Also, for the amount of people that aren't here, there should be fewer cars. I'm on the top floor, there's like not a single car up here, and that might not seem unusual for most people, but like, I live in Atlanta, like the heart of Midtown. You know how rare it is to find like empty parking spaces in a building? And yes, there are still plenty of menus. Menu Gate update. Somebody said pull the firearm and let's see who lives here. Well, let's go check out front. Damn it, all these doors. Like, okay, we're serious, right? Okay, we've made it outside out front, and where is all of the people? Like, there should... You're telling me this building is completely full, but no one's leaving during the fire? I guess I'll just sit here and see what happens. Maybe the fire department will show up. Ooh, maybe there'll be a cute fireman. Is this my meet cute? Gate part 14, I think my new neighbor is fake. It's 8:31 on the 22nd, and there is all of this shit in the hallway. It is now 7:18 on the 23rd, and it's still there. Why is this stuff still here? And it's been 3 days, and the furniture's still in the hallway. Yeah, it's been 3 days, and the furniture is still in the hall. Who just leaves their furniture in the hallway? I think they're just trying to stage somebody moving in to make me feel better, because it's the one right across from my unit.
As you're saying, you know what I'm saying? He's running all over the building, running all over, even in the parking garage. Cars have collected dust. You feel me? Spider webs and shit on them. I don't know what the fuck that shit is about. You know what I'm saying? Especially nobody open up their doors, you know what I'm saying, 3, 4, or 5 days. days straight, got the same menu just sticking out the door and shit like that. So I don't know. I thought that shit was weird. This next one is talking about the astronauts. You know what I'm saying? Now, these motherfuckers only supposed to go up there for 8 days in June. And then we see pictures of them with Santa Claus hats and shit on and socks and shit like that. The fuck y'all get them from? If y'all was only planning this shit for to be 8 days and y'all got stuck and still out there to this day and y'all got stuck, why the fuck y'all definitely wasn't planning for Christmas? If it was only supposed to be 8 days in a month of motherfucking June. You know what I'm saying? So there's a bunch of shit going around with that. How the fuck they get them Christmas hats? And whoever sent them, why the fuck y'all didn't hitch a ride or whatever, brought it out there on the way back? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. This astronaut shit is crazy as fuck. I don't understand it. I don't know how they just stuck out there, just floating up here, allegedly. We don't even know if they out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they out there at all. Because how the fuck y'all get the Christmas hats and shit? Check this next one out. We didn't heard about these 3 astronauts that's been stuck. Check this next one out, though.
Strange going on here. Something they're hiding right in front of us. Let's talk about astronauts Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore. They were on a space mission, right? It was supposed to be a short one, just 8 days in June. Everything seemed perfectly normal at first. But now, here's where things start to get weird. Somehow these two ended up stranded in space. It wasn't part of the plan. This was meant to be a quick mission.
Oh, okay.
But fast forward to today, and what do we see? A photo of them wearing Christmas hats. Now, let's think about this for a second. The mission was supposed to last only 8 days in June, but here we are in December and they're still up there. And they're casually posting a photo as if everything is fine. So my first question is, where did those Christmas hats come from? Who sent them? And how did it even get them? Let's break it down. First off, if the mission was only meant to last 8 days, why are there Christmas hats in the picture? Who packs Christmas hats in June? That's odd, right? But here's the real kicker. If they're stranded and getting supplies to survive, why would someone think to send them Christmas hats? What's the logic there? They're stuck in space, desperately trying to get home, and someone thinks, you know what they need? Christmas hats. Look, there's something off about all of this. It doesn't add up. Maybe it's a string of coincidences or mistakes, but I can't shake the feeling that something else is going on.
Yeah, as you seen, you know what I'm saying, they out there stuck. And somebody said, you know what? It's December. Let's send y'all some motherfucking Christmas hats. You know what I mean? So you can look stuck in a small fucking room on a shuttle, whatever it is out there in space floating around. Let's send you some Christmas hats so you can put them on and adjust cameras and put yourself front cameras and shit like that. Shit is fucking wild. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how the fuck they just stuck out there. I don't know where they got them Christmas caps from, Christmas socks and shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on with that. You know what I'm saying? But they just supposedly just out there lingering in fucking space. You know what I'm saying? To this day. I don't know. I don't believe it. I think that shit is on the same lines as, yeah, we took a trip to the moon. I don't believe that shit either. It's all a bunch of malarkey. So this next one, you know what I'm saying? Dude from Zimbabwe. The nigga learned how to create a generator that generates itself from frequency of energy from frequencies. You know what I'm saying? So apparently, and then this dude was apparently poisoned and shit like that. They tried to kill him. You know what I'm saying? They tried to off him because, you know, when you come out with something this groundbreaking, the government want their hands on it for sure. Same thing they did with Tesla. You know what I'm saying? Took all his blueprints and all that shit whenever he passed away. So yeah, this dude from Zimbabwe created a energy, that's non-powered generator or some shit like that. Dude from Zimbabwe, check this shit out.
This one guy from Zimbabwe that they just locked up because supposedly he created like free energy. So fam, he created a generator that doesn't need a power source.
Wait, what does it use?
No, it's okay. So watch. Scientists went to Zimbabwe to check what he did.
Yeah.
And he created a generator that uses different frequencies to create energy. So just the frequencies of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And then that's what creates his energy. And supposedly it's supposed to power up like 300 homes. And what they did, locked him up. All his patents,
They took it.
They took it because whatever defies physics, you can't patent it.
Oh.
And then once he got out of Zimbabwe jail, he goes to America, right? Bam, guess what they tried to do? Poison him.
Wait, so he's dead?
No, he's not. Like, they tried it. But
Put this guy on Joe Rogan, bro.
What the fuck? No, because that's the only thing. Like, if you really bag it, that's the only thing that AI and other things can't touch because it's free energy.
Yeah.
So AI can't touch that. Nothing can touch that realistically.
Energy out there. You created something that didn't need no battery. You know what I'm saying? It was using frequencies, energy from frequencies and shit like that. So here we go with the frequency shit again. You know what I'm saying? I done seen that shit talked about frequencies a long time ago. You feel me? Frequencies is something real. You know what I mean? I don't know. We ain't really too much tapped into it yet as a people, I don't think, but it's coming. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people more and more, you starting to hear that shit daily. You know what I'm saying? In this conspiracy world, in the motherfucking, you know what I mean? The mystery world, whatever the case may be, you starting to hear this shit about frequencies. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely something that's for real, for sure. I think it got a lot of healing factors too, from what I've seen in research. You know what I mean? But we don't know. You know what I'm saying? If it do got healing factors, they ain't gonna let us know. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's for us to thrive, they gonna come and destroy that shit. So this next one is Tiny Lister, I think was his name. You know what I'm saying? This the big dude played Zeus and shit like that. And No Holds Barred and shit. Old school actor. When you see him, you should know exactly who I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, yeah, man, Hollywood is afraid of me. You know what I mean? Because y'all can't be controlled. You ain't about to put me in no dress. You feel me? So this was him addressing that shit on some talk show, some interview. Check this shit out.
Feared me in Hollywood. They don't like me in Hollywood.
Why do they not like you?
I don't wear dresses. I don't do that gay stuff on TV. They had to get some other black person to do that stuff. I'm talking, that's gunning. But they all confess they love the Lord. But you cannot compromise yourself if you love the Lord. So I play tough guys, but young kids want to be soldiers. Young kids don't want to follow a guy that wear a dress. You know what I'm talking about.
Hollywood's scared of me because, you know what I'm saying? I ain't putting on a dress. I ain't doing none of that gay shit on TV and none of that. I'm going to have to find another black actor to do that. Yo, that word, and I fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? That's fact shit. You know what I mean? Hell yeah, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Put no dress on TV. They do that shit on purpose. You know what I mean? Put the black actors in dresses and shit. How many black actors we have seen in a motherfucking dress? You know what I mean? Martin Lord, Big Mama's House. Man, the list goes on. I ain't gonna sit up here and try to think of all, but there's a whole lot that we have seen in the fucking dress. You know what I mean? As far as black actors in Hollywood, for sure. He said he wasn't with that shit, but he also is no longer with us. This next one shows Bush, Obama, Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump at some meeting. You know what I'm saying? And they walk up and all greet each other. You feel me? And I thought this shit was interesting because, they're supposed to be conflicting factions. You know what I mean? They're supposed to be Republican, Democrat. You know what I mean? We'll fuck with you type shit. You know what I'm saying? But clearly, they are definitely on the same squad. So they all greeted each other like they all been best of buds for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Check this shit out. Yeah, so you feel me? I don't know. I thought this shit was weird. You know what I'm saying? Biden was just sitting back there with a side eye like, nigga, you don't see me either, nigga. You know what I mean? Nobody said what's up to that nigga. So I don't know if they got something against Biden. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But they definitely did not fuck with Biden. You know what I'm saying? He was sitting behind him like, you feel me, with a side eye. You know what I mean? Like, what's up? He might have had his hand out in secrecy. You know what I'm saying? They just looked at the niggas. So I don't know what that shit was about, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely had to incorporate that. So this next one is talking about mysteries of the Grand Canyon, saying that it's a whole ass city that's built underneath the Grand Canyon and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then they sealed it off for motherfuckers going there to explore and research shit. So they got to be hiding something. You know what I mean? This next one is them talking about the Grand Canyon, what could be under the Grand Canyon, shit like that. Check it out.
Grand Canyon, one of the world's wonders. There's a theory that the Grand Canyon holds something that none of us knew was there. So back in the 1850s, right? Yeah. The Grand Canyon was used to mine gold. Okay. Did you know that? Now, the Grand Canyon, when people started mining it, the gold index crashed because they found so much gold there. Okay. Now, what happened was the government and the military, they closed it off and they made it a sanctuary so that nobody can just go there and then take whatever they want. But there was this one guy, his name was Seth Tanner, and he was an explorer. He explored this one cave in the Grand Canyon, and he claims what he saw was ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics in one of the caves.
Oh, what did it say?
Now, the theory is that the Grand Canyon, it actually holds the lost city of El Dorado.
What?
Like, you know, the lost gold city of El Dorado.
Yeah, the whole city.
The whole city. So if you think about it, it's never found. That ancient tale that all of the natives talk about, the lost city, the gold city, is never found. Now the theory is that it's literally in the Grand Canyon, deep in these caves. And the reason the government and the world is trying to keep it a secret is because it would crash the gold price. Like, gold wouldn't be useless if they find that much gold.
You know what I'm saying? It's a conspiracy theory about the Grand Canyon, that elite city underground, under it. You know what I mean? You seen they said they sectioned it off. Said you can't come look in the shit, can't come build, dig, none of that. You feel me? Unless we find out first what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That's how the government get down. And what you find the shit out before them. You know what I mean? Petty, that's petty shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but he said it would fuck with the price of gold and shit like that, because apparently there's so much gold in this hidden city.
Yo, if you enjoying this content and you fuck with Kons podcast and you like all the constant motherfucking content, hit that subscribe button. You feel me? Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment on this shit. Let me know what you think about it. Yeah, do that right now. Back to the episode.
Grand Canyon, you know what I mean? So I thought that shit was definitely fucking mysterious. You know what I'm saying? And deserved a notation in this motherfucking episode. Feel me? Now this next one, you know what I'm saying? These next two, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about some snow. You know what I mean? The snow is weird. You feel me? The shit now, from my understanding, it's just frozen water. You feel me? It's supposed to be ice. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's up with this different ass shit that people that's snowing around in different states and shit, and motherfuckers, it's not burning. It's just creating this weird black fucking soot shit after the lighter's being held to it. To me, it's supposed to start dripping and melting. You know what I'm saying? When you hold a lighter to it, not like form up and turn black and shit like it's some other type of material or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So check this one out. Check this shit out about the snow. What the fuck is it? It's weird shit. Check it out.
It's not melting.
It can catch on fire, but it like
So
doesn't
tell me,
melt.
no. So tell me again that there's no such thing as chemtrails. This isn't real snow.
Yeah, so guys, I did the same thing. We took snow, we did exactly that, except we just had a lighter, I didn't have a torch. It wasn't dripping. It was doing exactly that, and we actually got part of it to light on fire. Pretty soon the whole valley will be covered with this nonsense. I think it's creepy. I think snow that doesn't melt is creepy.
Yeah. So that shit was weird as fuck. You know what I'm saying? The snow just don't melt. You feel me? And this next one, you know what I'm saying? My girl was out in Texas. You feel me? And told her to put a lighter to that shit. Let's see. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. What's up with that? You feel me? Go get some snow. Put a lighter to it. So this next one is the results as such. Check it out. So as you see, you know what I'm saying? The shit was just turning black. I don't know what the fuck that shit is, you know what I mean? But it was not a drop of water nowhere. You feel me? As you seen, she held the lighter to it and showed it, and it's just black on the snow, like the snow was some type of chemical or some shit. I don't fucking know, man. That shit is weird. You know what I'm saying? To my knowledge, it's supposed to fucking melt, just like when the sun shines on it for a certain amount of time. You feel me? Eventually, that shit is gonna motherfucking melt. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the fuck is up with that shit. The weird ass snow. You know what I'm saying? Mysterious snow and shit. You feel me? So the next one, you know what I'm saying? Which is the 10th one. You know what I mean? You know, the last ones and shit, we usually, you know what I'm saying, watch together, you know what I mean? So we're gonna watch this last one together. It's about, it's a time travel story, you know what I'm saying? So we consider this story time. So definitely time travel story, you know what I mean? So about a dude named, I forgot his name. I forgot dude's name, but he gonna tell you in the video, you know what I'm saying? Apparently dude was a time traveler and shit like that and was trying to set the word out for it, you know what I mean? So this is, let me get some coffee. So yeah, this is him talking about the time traveler. So you feel me? Light your joints up, po up. You know what I'm saying? It's about 8 minutes. So you know what I'm saying? Light up, po up, do whatever it is that you need to do. You know what I mean? Let's sit back and enjoy this story. You can watch this shit together. Check it out.
I'm going to tell you guys about this conspiracy theory because it's really fucking cool. Today we're going to be talking about John Titor. Now this has to do with time travel,
John
UFOs, world wars. It's going to be very long and we have a lot to get through, so get a snack. Now, John Titor was a personality that popped up in November of 2000 claiming to be a time traveler from the year 2036. He popped up on online forums, which is very fucking old. It's pre-wireless internet before any sort of social media. I'm assuming it's kind of like Twitter. You make a post, people can read it. I don't fucking know, I wasn't born. John was actually only active on these forums for 4 months, from November of 2000 to March of 2001. John had stated that within his timeline, World War III had broken out in 2013. Clearly that didn't happen for us, but we'll get into why later. Now before this, in 2005, John said that a civil war broke out in the US between the US people and the US government. Fucking accurate. Around 2010 or 2011, Russia had gotten involved, declaring war on the US and siding with the people. They began bombing major cities within the US to try and create the downfall of the US government. Within this time frame, other countries just jumped in on that shit, and World War III happened. Now there was 2 major losses that John talked about within this time frame. Number 1 was 8 billion lives, which is a lot of fucking people. Number 2 was the language of code, which for technological advances and trying to rebuild after a world war is very fucking important. Now, John was actually a soldier who fought in the World War and was now a part of a branch of the military that dealt with time travel missions. Now, John had stated that his grandfather had worked with a piece of technology back in 1975, and this piece of technology held the function that could translate anything into any language, including the language of code. This piece of technology was the IBM 5100, a very old computer that came out in September of 1975. John's mission was to go back in time, get this piece of technology, and take it back to his timeline to try and help progress. Now, John is telling us this 25 years later, after the mission was already completed. As to why he was back, I'm not really sure. Really unimportant to the story. But John had said that he was actually able to go to his parents and convince them that he was their son. And for years, he lived within their home. He lived with his child self, like when he was a baby. Which, like, sure, you don't have to believe it, but like,
them and shit?
We're gonna go over why I believe it. But that's just fucking weird. Now again, John had disappeared in March of 2001. Now everybody kind of thought John was bullshitting because this computer was not known to hold this function whatsoever. It was not publicly known at all. Later in 2001, after John's disappearance, the IBM actually came out and claimed that this function was factual. It actually did exist within this computer. And the only reason they kept it silent was so their competitors could not get a hold of it. Within this 4-month time period of John being active on these online forums, he was very open to questions, especially the ones about time travel. And he did not hold back as to explain how it worked and everything. There's actually a lot of photos if you want to go to his posts. There's a website, johntitor.com. It shows everything. It's very helpful. I'm going to put his posts a little out of order just simply to make this more understandable. But John had stated that CERN, a corporation that's kind of quiet within the world, was going to be the first one to make the theory of black hole travel, which is using black holes to time travel pretty much. Now, many years after John had said this, CERN actually came out with that theory. And since then, they have been playing with black holes and testing them for fucking years. Another fucking thing that John knew, and he fucking shouldn't. I'm gonna read off of my iPad because it's gonna get very scientific. John said that time travel was possible because of 2 black holes called microsingularities. If you inject electrons onto them and alter their spin, it creates a gravity field that allows you to move back and forth within time. John also said that his time machine weighed 500 pounds. It was the size of a suitcase. So easily being able to transport this around was very difficult. So how did they troubleshoot that? They put it in a fucking car. Yes, like Back to the Future. John traveled back and forth within time in a car. A car that I guess he would just hide in the fucking woods or something so nobody knew about it. John had also went over the theory that time is not linear like we believe. It is not back and forth within time. He actually went into the theory of parallel universe. The metaphor he used was a funhouse.
I've heard about this before.
No matter what direction you look, there is infinite numbers of yourself. When you walk forward or backward, so does your reflection. That is how time travel works. When you walk within time, so does all of your alternate selves. There has to be at least one of you in every single timeline, which makes it impossible for you to enter your timeline when you come back. They will be very, very similar, but there will be minor differences within your timeline. And that is the same with who comes back. So if John was in this timeline and he traveled to this timeline, he would come back in this timeline. But the person who entered back to this timeline would be him, but with minor differences. It is not the same version of him. It's someone from a parallel universe, but is him, if that makes sense. It's very fucking weird, but that's how it works, I guess. Now, John was very good at posting drawings and diagrams and pictures of his car onto these posts. Pictures that to this day scientists have not been able to find the origin of whatsoever. Pictures that scientists have actually studied for years and said that his math and scientific facts are astonishing. This man knows what he's fucking talking about. And it's science that we haven't even discovered yet. People used his photos to learn shit. How is that even fucking possible? Like it doesn't make sense. Now, one thing that John had also stated within one of his posts was, this is his quote: "My goal is not to be believed. Perhaps I should let you all in on a little secret. No one likes you in the future. This time period is looked at as being full of lazy, self-centered, civically ignorant sheep." Now, he is saying this in 2000, prior to the World War that had happened in his timeline. But we have went far past 2013, so I'm not really sure if this is still believed or not, but we're pretty fucked up. Now, as I said, John was very good at answering questions, but there was a few that made him very, very mad. Now, as a lot of us probably would, people wanted to know lottery winning numbers. And this would piss John off, because this timeline is known as greedy, money-hungry assholes. And John did not like that. He had also stated that within his timeline, mass media was just fucking garbage. It was always some filtered bullshit that they would give the public that wouldn't even inform them of what was actually going on. So they turned to content creators, which back in 2000 wasn't even a fucking thing. YouTube, nothing existed. So for him to talk about content creators and people turning away from the news and towards other people who do research is fucking insane. Like yet 1000% accurate. That's literally what we do on TikTok, which RIP. So those are just a few factual things that John had went over in the story of John. But there's more. We're going to be moving on to aliens and UFOs, which John did go over. Now, of course, UFOs are a thing that we are currently fucking dealing with, which my brain can't even fucking believe. There are aliens and UFOs in our world. But John had stated that aliens are not some little green people running around that travel to us from a different planet. Aliens are time travelers. They're just people traveling from a future civilization. And their UFOs are just progressed time machines. Better than even his car. Now, obviously, this is why there's no news about aliens being seen or little green people being seen in these UFOs. Because they could easily blend in with us. They're just fucking humans from the future. Now, considering everything else that John had said that became accurate, I fucking believe this. It makes sense. It also makes sense why it isn't more of a threat to the government. They're probably working together. Now, the theory of why our timeline is later than John's is because World War III didn't happen in 2013. A civil war didn't happen in 2005. But the civil war is happening now. Now, John had said that when you travel back, there is a delay of 1 to 2 seconds. It alters the timeline. And without creating drastic changes, you can only go back in time 60 years. Now, John traveled from 2036 to 1975. 61 years into the past. That alone could create issues. Now, 1 to 2 seconds isn't that big of a delay, but when it is on the scale of time and space, which is infinite, 1 to 2 seconds becomes years, decades even, which is why our timeline has been altered and delayed. He also said that every single time he makes a post on these online forums, he is a different version of himself. He would make a post, go back to his timeline, and come back. It was always a different version of him from a different parallel universe making these posts. Meaning this is not the first time people have came. Our timeline has been altered so fucking much. And I think that's why there's a lot of UFOs, is because they're knowing that we are about to go into World War, which has already fucking started. And maybe they're trying to help. It's just a theory, so don't shoot me.
Yeah, as you're saying, you know what I'm saying? Time travel. I heard about this shit before. You know what I'm saying? Some of the shit he was mentioning I done heard before, as I said, when he mentioned it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. What y'all think? You know what I'm saying? What y'all think of that shit? Y'all think time travel is real? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers really out here moving through time and shit, parallel universes, shit like that? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's something I would have to like see. You know what I mean? I've heard this shit before numerous of times. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of different time travel stories and shit like that that's out there under the conspiracy ban band or search, whatever, you're gonna come across some time traveling shit. You know what I'm saying? So I done heard a lot of these different type of stories and shit like that. This one is a little bit compelling. I don't know. Seems like it could be true. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I mean? You never know with time travel. Is something that we just don't understand too much as mankind. You know what I'm saying? Bending warp holes, wormholes, and shit like that. It all sound like it makes sense. It sounds very logical. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, could be true, could not be true. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think? You feel me? Hit me in the comments and let me know about what y'all felt. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this was episode 175. You know what I mean? We usually do 10, you know what I'm saying? 10 TikToks. That was your 10 TikToks for the day. It's Friday. You know what I'm saying? It's Friday, end of the week. You know what I mean? Hopefully you ended your week with Kons Podcast, and hopefully you come back on Monday and start your next week with Kons motherfucking Podcast. You feel me? But this has been episode 175. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you got that ding, whatever you was doing, you could have been doing anything you wanted to do. You feel me? But you seen that ding, clicked on it, came and fuck with Kons Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you is, you could have been doing whatever it is that you may have wanted to do as a free person, as a free dog, a fucking free bearded dragon, a Tesla robot, a free as an auntie, a cousin, as a grandma. You know what I'm saying? Whoever, a mannequin. You feel me? You set him up in front of Kons Podcast. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if y'all got eyes on Kons Podcast, I fuck with you. You feel me? Salute to you, like you see my nigga scrolling up the screen. You know what I'm saying? It's a Friday. I hope y'all enjoy y'all motherfucking weekend. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all worked hard all week. I hope y'all working hard. You know what I'm saying? And then come back and be able to kick your feet up for the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no better feeling than that. You feel me? Working hard all week. Come Friday, you ain't got to go to work tomorrow or Sunday. Just kick your feet up, kick back, pull up, roll up. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you do, whatever your vice is, get to it. It's the weekend. You feel me? Yeah. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? This was episode 175. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. You know what I mean? Hit that subscribe button if you ain't already. You know what I'm saying? Just like my insert told you. You feel me? That was your time. If you didn't, this your time again. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, you know what I mean? At the end of this video, being at the video's ending, go ahead and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? If you might check, promise you won't be disappointed. You know what I mean? Monday through Friday, I'm gonna have some updates, news, shit that's going on, and my little side commentary and all the shit. Hopefully you giggle, laugh, or something when you watch this shit, you feel me? Hopefully you go and say, yeah, now he was talking about that. Let me Google that. Fact check me. You know what I'm saying? Anything you see on here that you think is not a fact, go ahead and Google that shit, feel me? Yeah. Hopefully I planted a seed. You know what I'm saying? So you can go look some more shit up, gain some knowledge for yourself, search for truth and absolute. But yeah, it's Kons motherfucking podcast, though. This has been episode 175. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. And all those that share. Thank you for comment. Those that comment, good looking. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy these credits.
You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you? Don't you? You hate me, 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 don't you?